Alrighty, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel for another market update. Hope everybody's having a lovely day. And with that being said, let's get into the TA. All right, guys. So I'm just gonna let you guys know right now we are at a pivotal spot. So what I let the people know this morning is like, hey, when we saw this move, I was giving the bull case over here on SPY a break. All right, and I'm still giving it a break until I can see it prove itself. All right, QQQ on the other hand. It was proving itself. It did start breaking down, and now I'm gonna naturally be looking for a lower high. All right, if we bust up through this current high, then like, yeah, all right, it's, this is a false breakdown, and this was the trap. All right, but I'm gonna be honest. All right, with how this is looking, this is just a clear as day rejection out of the blue box. All right, now maybe people are getting sick of me saying the blue box, but I'm gonna tell you right now, we don't have anything else to refer to it as. It's either the blue box or the seller's zone, whatever you want, the seller's box. Whatever you want to call it, all right, it's important, and we've been watching it, and it's been providing many put entries, all right. So you got this going on right here. You have 1 rejection, you have 2 rejection, you have 3 rejection, you have 4, you have 5 rejection, you have 6 rejection, you have 7 rejection, you have 8, you have 9, you have 10, you have 11, you have 12. Let's move it over. We're running out of room here. All right, what do you have over here? All right, you have what is that? A 13th rejection, guys. 13. You have 13 freaking rejections coming out of the zone. Clear as day, sellers are vulnerable. If you lose this zone, you are going to explode. That's just what it's going to, that's how it's going to go. All right. Now I'm going to tell you right now, all right, that it like looked pretty quick on the spot this morning that like, yeah, we were getting rejection out of that. All right, I'm going to come over here. I'm gonna show you guys what I was looking at here, and we actually just hit that. All right, so this is like a clear as day take profit spot. This is just a clear as day take profit spot. All right, SPY. Here's what we're looking at. Made very simple. Break over the current high at 414.91. You have an uptrend in place. Break under that new low of 411.50, and things can get ugly pretty quick. With the break of the low, we likely see SPY 410 today, and with the break of the high, then we can see price still wants to go test the blue box, which isn't good for bears. But without a break of that blue box, I really don't think you'll test the high of 418.31, where the clear as day short squeeze will really begin. All right, guys, and at the time we were over here, all right, and we were testing here. That's why I made that here. Okay, logically speaking, this was a spot that you broke out past. You came and tested the next reaction spot. You came down. You got to bounce off that reaction spot right here, where you broke out from over here. All right, and boom, you came back up. Boom, another reaction spot. You got the rejection there, and let's actually go back to the chart. All right, this is a sexy back test break highs you could keep running. How high? Don't know. We'll be watching the 15-minute RSI for divergence. All right, do you guys want to take a look over here for where that divergence popped up? Oh, what does that also give, guys? This is what we do here. All right, and if I'm just going to say right now, if you are you're a fan of the free content that we provide to you guys, the valuable content that we provide to you guys I provide to you guys on a daily basis, a consistent basis, for absolutely no cost to you, please support the channel with a like. All right, I promise, like, it puts a smile on my face. All right, you guys have blown my expectations out of the water. All right, not that I had any, but like, yeah, you guys are really great, and I appreciate you guys so much. All right, but yeah, we did end up getting that 15-minute bearish divergence on the RSI that did tell us the top, and this is just what I like to do when we are, well, I mean, obviously, if we're coming into an area of resistance with this condition popping up, all right, and then you also have your hourly oscillators over in the overbought territory, then I'm saying, yeah, you have a high probability of getting rejection from that spot, and that's what we have going on over here on SPY. All right, you got rejection straight up from that spot. All right, if we come back up here, all right, it's going to likely be with another, it's going to be with another divergence right here on the RSI. All right, we're going to have to see. Your boy actually did just go long on some 413. I got 2 of them. So I've actually played 3 rounds of 0 DTs today. I just got to sell the second round of strangles for, put side was sold for 240%. That was sexy. All right. Right up here when we were at 414, what did your boy do? He bought 415 calls and he bought 413 puts and decided to play a 0 DT strangle. Why did your boy do that? All right. Let's just take a look back at these last 3 CPIs. So we have this one right here. All right. The range on this day, and look at that right at the blue box. That's where you got sent down all day. $5. So that was the smallest one. Come over here. I believe, no, this is not it. All right. This is not it. I know it's not it. I'm pretty sure it's right here. All right. This day right here, range was $8. All right. If you just take it from, you know, $6, you sold off all day. Okay. So there was that. But yeah, so the range is $8. All right. Now, what are we going to do? We're going to come over to this one right here. This was another CPI day. Where was the range on this? $10 freaking dollars. $10 hairs. All right. And then what do we have right here? We have another one from the freaking blue box, bro. Oh, the blue box, $6. Okay. So like what I was looking for today is I'm looking for $5 to $6 of range. I'm not saying history is going to repeat itself, but it is likely going to rhyme. And we had two very lackluster volume days over here on SPY. I'm not going to say it's like the smallest volume I've seen, the lowest volume I've seen in a while. All right, I think we could probably, I think I saw one example right over here, all right? November 25th, all right? And the volume on that day was 30 mil. There we go, all right? So you had 30 mil, all right? Over here, you had 50 mil, all right? There's that. Regardless, you could tell the market participants were all just pretty much sitting on their hands, all right? Or at least the vast majority of them were sitting on their hands. And there you go. All right, flash forward to what I just showed you guys over here. Let me actually pull that up, see what's going on. Looking for a double bottom on DXY, all right? AMD looking strong today. AMD was going crazy, guys. AMD is sexy. I actually, like, I shit you not, which was so awful, but on this gap down, oh, guys, the May 19, like, I think it was the 85 calls I was looking at, dude. They were not expensive at all. I know they're over 50. They got to be over $1,000 right now. All right, let's do the math. $1,300 they're at right now. I know for a fact they're only a couple $100. Let's actually look that out. All right, see if my memory is messing with me. All right, but I'm like I know for a fact I was so close to pulling that trigger, and I just didn't. And that's because, like, hey guys, these plays are risky. They are. All right, $13 freaking dollars, man. Oh, $13. Look at that bad boy. What were you at the bottom? Oh, there we go. Oh well. That's what happens. All right. But guess what, guys? All right. The reasoning pivot point at 410, making vid right now. So not keeping too up to date. Will resume in like 10 minutes. all right. Sorry, Discord members. When I'm recording these videos, it's just tough to keep you guys up to date on the spot. All right. But I do hope I am doing an excellent job. And I do know I'm doing an excellent job. It's not like hope. All right. If I'm doing things in my accounts, I know other people got to be killing it. All right. But straight up, all right, it's been amazing. If you want to, have a community to trade with, as well as if you want to just literally want to be updated nonstop on what's going on over here. And then when you do see a tradable setup, and this one, guess what, guys? All right. Where did, this was, I was playing this. Now, I'm not going to say I held overnight. All right. But you would have been up, I think, about 60 to 70% overnight. Regardless, you had an opportunity to pull out 25% yesterday intraday. All right. And then I saw it come back down here, and I just didn't like what's going on. All right. So I took that out. All right. But yeah, guys, if you want consistently, I'm not going to say consistently profitable trades, but if you want the setups that bring those, and then you want to see me doing what I do with the consistently profitable trade setups, all right. Well, not trade setups. They're going along with the trade setups. And then these are the trades that I'm, using. These are the options that I'm using to play them. All right. Yeah. Discord. You guys can join that community. But, you probably wonder why I haven't been really mentioning it. All right. There is going to be a free trial coming out at the end of this month. All right. After 3 months, I am able to drop a free trial or a discount code or whatever. I'm going to have a discount code for people to do like 3 and 6 months or whatever. All right. The packages. All right. And most importantly, I'm going to have that free trial. All right. So I've kind of just, I've been waiting. I just, like, if people are seeing results, I want them just to tell their friends. I don't really want to I don't want to sit here coming off as a seller, guys, because at the end of the day, all right, I'm not getting rich over selling the Discord. All right. It's not going to happen. All right. It's strictly a way for me to, it's putting money in my pocket, but it's also, it's a way that I can literally show people how to do things on the spot. Like what I was showing over here on SPY, which is why, like, I don't want to, and I just entered 413 0 DTs. just about at the bottom as well. So what are those at right now? All right, we entered those for pretty low there. All right, what are we at? All right, so those are up 20% right there. So that is a go right there. All right, up, yeah, entered those at, oh, never mind, they're dropping down. All right, guys, I'm just going to say the 0DT game is a tough game. So that is something to, you know, that's something to note. All right, but let's not talk about that. All right, let's get back into TA. All right, let's finish this up. We'll try and get us out of here with the 20-minute video. All right, so like it showed you guys, all right, CPI days, you got that range, right? So that's the range I'm going to be looking for. I'm not saying it has to happen. We do have PPI tomorrow, which also could bring a big reaction. In either direction. All right, I told you guys yesterday, big move incoming. That's what I made the thumbnail, and it's strictly because, you know, this was happening right here. ES was literally stalling right at it stalled its decline right over here, and then obviously you tanked, right, in anticipation of CPI, and then you're back up here, right? But you stalled right at resistance. So these are the things that I was noticing on SPY, SPX. All right, SPX is still just right here at resistance. All right, all of these, SPY, ES, and SPX, they just weren't looking the strongest, right? QQ, on the other hand, I'm not going to say this is looking the weakest. This is not bad, all right? This is not bad at all, and I'm still going to say you still do have that jaw-dropping upside move potential, all right? We clearly have not seen it yet, okay? People can look at this and say, yeah, this is the jaw-dropping move. Guys, this was a 1% move. 1%. All right, 1%. The jaw-dropping move is one that literally just rips faces and keeps ripping faces until bears capitulate and they're like, oh, let me, like, if I'm not going to flip long, let me at least sell my short because, hey, we're probably going higher. That's the point you got to make the bears think. They need to come to that thought, that exact thought. And that's when they flip the script, okay? And what I thought was probable this morning, just like if I was going to be the dealer here, all right, I was saying that, hey, you're going to start the morning off with a sell-off, all right, to shake all of the call buyers, the people who were gambling on CPI yesterday, all right, and the puts, all right? So what this effectively does, but by you selling off directly from the morning, it shakes out all of the call buyers, all right? Well, not all the call buyers. It shakes out the put holders that held overnight. Now they're wrecked, and now they're just like, holy crap, wow, what the... So they sell, all right? You get them to sell, then you bring it down, all right? Any greedy call buyer who didn't just take profits, massive profits at open, there you go. You now get to shake them out, and on that move down, now the put people who just sold, they're like, what the foot? What the... Holy, they're going crazy, all right? They're pissed off. They're mad, all right? Which leads to more frustration, more bad decision. That's everything the dealer wants. There you go, all right? Then you bring it back up. And now the person who just panic sold his calls for slightly less, probably a lot less on this candle here, probably a lot less than what he could have right at open, all right? That guy's also pissed because now prices somehow came right back up to... You know, like now he's pissed, all right? And the put buyer was pissed after seeing this move, all right? So maybe now he loads up puts right at support, right at 410. So that's what I was pointing out over there, all right, guys? If you broke down under here, what I was saying earlier, guys, so you have this and this. Here's how I was making it pretty dang simple, all right? Right here, all right? You break down under here, it validates this as your bull trap, all right? And you likely have that continuation very quick down to 410, all right? If you weren't to break down here and you were to come back up and break that, this validates this as a bear trap and it puts in a higher low, all right? Which is, you know, now you have the higher low and you have a higher high now. You have one, you have two, you have an official trend change to the upside. And this is why, hey guys, this is why it's logical to take your profits when it's clear as day. All right. There's no reason to sit there. Oh, I didn't even finish telling you about my 0DTs. I'm very happy about those strangles, guys. Very happy. I bought the 413 put, 415 call. All right. Pretty immediately, we saw this happen. I got to sell one side. Sold pretty early there. It's either 140% or 180%. I don't remember off the top of my head. I think it was 140%. Not the most, all right? Calls started going up a little bit. I ended up cutting calls. I did think it looked very freaking ugly, all right? But in reality, I could have just held the calls, all right? And because once you're over 100% on one side, the other side, even if it goes to zero, it's just paid for. That's the purpose of these 0DT strangles. Now, if you get 300%, like I was just able to pull out 200, I think it was like 250%, 200 something percent. If you get 300%, that's when you have 100% on the overall capital that you put into the strangle. So if each side, like for example, mine at open, I think the one I picked was 70 and 70 on each side, all right? I had two of each side. And then down here, all right, I don't remember where I exactly opened it, all right? If you're in the Discord, you saw me say it. All right. But over here, I picked one that were just about 30 cents on each side. So they didn't have to run as much. But yeah, so, you know, there you go. All right. And let's say you got 2 of each side. All right. So 30, so 120 bucks. You made 120 bucks if you go up 300%. If you did exactly what I did over here, all right, 140 bucks on each side. So now it's, you know, 280. All right. Your total gain at the 300% is going to be $280. Just walking you through it. All right. But, you know, I guess it's not important. All right. Not for what we discuss here on the channel. All right. If you are a fellow trader, which, you know, I'm guessing, actually, I guess it is relevant on the trader, right, on the channel, because I'm guessing anybody who's watching these videos is probably trading the markets or attempting to trade the market. Well, I guess you're trading the markets. Either you do it successfully or you don't. I don't know. All right, let's get back to the TA, guys. All right, so you came back down here to 410. All right, you lost here, came to 410 in a hurry. All right, I think 410.18 was our low here. Yeah, 410.18. All right, guys, under there, you do have 409.73 support, but if you do end up in, I think that's actually slightly off. Yeah, 471. So let's change that up right now. That is your last line of hope right there. All right. And if you were to lose that, and by the way, guys, what does this effectively put in? It puts in a higher low. There's that. You break above the high. Now you're off the races. That's when, like, hey, all right. You test that blue box again, like, hey, guys, it's just not good for the bears. The bulls still want to test it. They're not giving up. That's all that shows me. It shows me, hey, you still got that risk there for that a big upside move. And when I say big upside move, I mean these 2 gap fills right here. That is exactly what I mean. All right. If you pass 418.31, it is very likely you move aggressively up to these gap fills, or at least to this first one, very quickly. That is the $3 move. All right. So there you go. That is a decent amount for anybody to play. All right. But yeah, that's what I'm watching. Now that we have this we have the higher low here, right? Now I'm going to be watching, can we make the higher high? All right. If we don't, all right. If you do what you did over here, all right. If you have the dead cat bounce, you come back and break that. All right. Like it's going to look something like that. You're going to get rejection. Then you're going to come back down. You break down here. That's when you're going straight to 407.77, 407.27. That's where you head. All right. You got no support here. All right. Let's look on the hourly. Yeah. Look at this. Big, you got no support. That's what I'm getting at. All right. But what I will say is your stochastic is now crossing up from down there, and QQQ's never really cooled off down there. And honestly, in my opinion, this is still like a decent looking chart. All right. We're still up here. You're still in that, like, you know, you're in squeeze territory, guys. Not over here on SPY, but QQ, like, guys, shorters are feeling the freaking pain. All right. You're just sitting up here at highs. That is so not good. All right. For anybody just holding puts, you're sitting there crapping your pants. You're like, please sell off, please sell off, please sell off. And that's what I'm saying. You need this jaw dropping move. All right. Because, you know, people they could still be hanging in there. There's that. All right. All right. So it's a 20-minute video. We're just about that. All right. Let's just look at these very quick over at the, actually, condition. Number one condition I'm watching on the daily time frame. All right. The only condition that I think is really important right now on the daily time frame. Yes, you have these divergences. We could point to them all day. All right. In this market environment, we clearly have seen them. We've seen them melt this thing up, grind this thing up. All right. Divergences are one thing on these on the daily and weekly, but like, hey, we've seen they can keep doing this. It is time to adapt. If you don't adapt, you're going to get left behind and it's going to hurt. All right. I've experienced being left behind in the bear market, and it's, you know, it sucks because now you're watching other people make money and maybe you're even losing money. All right. So like, hey, you know, if something's not having that proof of concept, stop freaking giving it any attention at all. All right. What I'm going to say right now is right here, you still have your triple bearish divergence going on. All right. If not a quadruple right now. All right. If you see the RSI come up here, I don't think it's going to pass this level right here. That's where I'm going to draw the line. I don't think it's going to happen. All right. It's over here at 68.48. All right. That would put in a big old triple bearish divergence across this point right here. The Feb high you would have right here. You would have the March high, and then you'd also have the May high. So, you know, that's what I'm going to be watching there. Okay. That is what I'm going to be watching. Look at that go. All right. Look at that go. That's beautiful. Look at that, man. Look at that. That's pretty cool, man. Pretty cool. All right, guys. So I think that is just about it. I'm going to leave you guys off of that. VIX over here, I'm still watching for the 16-12 gap fill to be filled. We never filled it, which tells me, you know, you're probably going to see more upside on indices until this is at least filled. And next line of support under here is going to be this 1473. We'll change the color of that. I don't want people thinking that's a target of mine. It's not. All right. It's not. Over here, purple line. blue line. I guess we'll just keep it consistent. All right, DXY, guys, DXY. All right, DXY started taking a dive today. All right, the only thing on here that's important to me is if you get that breakout. I don't care what happens if not. All right, you just got to be watching for conditions. When conditions pop up, that's when, you know, the things that follow those conditions likely fall. And there's that. Now, last thing I will bring up here is the bit of corn. All right, the bit of corn definitely does have a clear as day head and shoulders formation on its chart. And yeah, the result of this pattern is very likely going to be to the downside. All right. And I'm just going to say, you're not participating in this math. You're not getting a massive push here in Bitcoin. I understand you got this, but this is a 1.8% move. All right. Typically, we see Bitcoin go crazy when things happen. All right. It's not buying into the move. That's what I'm getting at. All right. But yeah, you do have these touch points here. All right. So that is what's making up your neckline here. I don't know if you can see it's the orange line there. Let me get rid of that for now. Let's get rid of all the clutter just so we are literally just looking at our pattern. All right, and look at this. 20 MA is being respected on the bit of corn. Look at that. Got this bounce up here. We're getting a bounce right there. Got reject. I don't know. All right, just something I noticed, all right? But regardless, guys, when this does have a daily close underneath it, that is when, you know, we'll put a target on the board. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Oh, that's okay. All right, we will put a target on the board, but without that objective target, all right, this would be the basic one, we could call it, down here at like 24K. All right, so there's that. All right, guys, with that being said, I will catch you guys in the next one. Be watching SPY 410. If you break 410, you're probably coming down to 407.77 in a hurry. All right, if you go back up and do what I just told you guys about, if you go back up and break up the high, that validates this is a higher low, all right, validates this is a bear trap. And yeah, you have another shot at that blue box, then I will revisit that bull case. But yeah, we'll see how things go. That being said, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.